Well, hey, mamas. Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today, we are talking about relationships with your teen, relationships with your spouse, and how that connects to my event, fall into high school and beyond, and how it ties into the back to school season. So, mamas, I want to know, have you signed up for my upcoming event, Fall into High School and Beyond? If you haven't, there's a link in the description for you to sign up for this free event. We start on the 18th, which is next Monday. So there are going to be over 30 amazing speakers there, and we are going to talk about anything, everything you need to know to be ready for the back to school season with your tween, with your teen. So that means your high schooler, your college kiddo, or even your middle school student. Now, I have talked about the other 3 reasons to sign up for the event: preparing for college, home work life balance, as well as college and figuring out how you're going to pay for it. I think that was 3 reasons. I apologize if I repeated myself, but I think I covered all 3. Today, I want to focus on that relationship piece. So I want to tell you about the experts, the speakers I've had a chance to meet, kind of how they're going to help you with this relationship component and why it's so important for back to school. So first 2 people I want to tell you about are going to talk to you, or I interviewed them and we talked about parenting styles. So number 1 was Roz Slaughter, and number 2 is PY Nicole Chang. So with Roz, we talked about the personality parenting style. So if you're having trouble communicating with your teen, it could be that you literally don't know the color of your personality. So we talk about what the different colors mean, what kind of person you are, what kind of motivator you have, and what your teen might be. Because if you're red, say, and your teen's yellow, 2 totally different styles of person, like 2 different ways of communicating. And you've got to figure out, okay, how is this hurting my relationship with my child? Not knowing how his personality is, like what color is, and how is that going to impact getting ready for school in the morning, for how we're going to handle homework in the afternoons. Now, with Nicole, we talked about net parenting, NEM parenting, and how you're going to have time to spend time together as a family, but also what you're going to teach your kids in that time together. What are those skills your child needs that you're going to teach them using this style of parenting? Okay. So those are just 2 of the amazing people I want to tell you about that focused on the relationship side of things. I also want to mention Morgan Seaman, and I didn't talk about how to communicate with your teen. We didn't talk about your spouse, but we did talk about dysgraphia. So you might be going, okay, Jessica, that has nothing to do with relationships. Well, it does, because learning her daughter had this learning difference, this learning disability. She had to kind of learn more about herself, and then she had to kind of change her expectations with her child. So for any of my mamas that are watching, your child has a diagnosis, or you're wondering maybe if your child has an undiagnosed diagnosis, listen to my interview with Morgan, because you've got to figure out, how am I going to cope with this, both as a mom, but both as a parent, while also helping my child in the way that he or she needs helped, knowing that something a little different is going on. So there's more people I want to tell you about. Before I do, I want you to know I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube right now. So make sure you're a follower, make sure you're a subscriber, so you always catch these videos live. So who else to tell you about? There's 2 more. Next one is Kate Wendell. I keep calling her Kate Wendell. Kate Wendell. I don't know why I keep doing that. So sorry, Kate, if you're watching this. But if you are trying to figure out this balance between your bio family, your step family, that's something Kate and I talked about. And actually, Amy Stone and I also talked about step families. But Kate and I specifically focused on the relationship component. So moms, if your marriage is in a great place, or maybe not such a great place, listen to Kate's interview. If you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I know what I really want? Because moms, if things are rocky for you and your personal relationships, your kind of own emotional state is off with, are you feeling fulfilled? Are you feeling like you're getting what you want out of life? That's going to impact your kids. And if you decide maybe the marriage isn't working, listen to Kate's interview to figure out, okay, what are the steps to take for you, for the kids, for your spouse. Okay, so definitely encourage her if you're kind of wanting the romantic relationship side of things. And last person, oh, I lied. There's two ladies. So the last two people I want to mention kind of go together as well. So Eleanor Bagley and Carrie Roberts. So Carrie Roberts and I talked about your teen and how much and how important it is for your teen to know you love them. Okay. That's like the most important thing. Your teen's angry at you. Your teen says he hates you. She says, really not the case. Your teen really is just upset and wants you. And how do you let your teen know that you're there for them while, not holding too tight, while not letting them push you away? So definitely common thing in the teen years, even in the tween years. So definitely encourage you to listen to Carrie's interview and find out how can you have that great relationship with your teen, even though things might not seem like they're going great. And then Eleanor, can't believe I almost forgot to mention Eleanor, we talked about influences. So who are the people in your teen's life? What are the things your teen's being exposed to, good, bad, or otherwise, that are influencing him or her? How can your teen be the GOAT? So I'll let, Eleanor talk about that in her interview, but she has a book all about becoming the GOAT. And that has to do with relationships as well, because maybe there's some family members that aren't the best influence on your teen. So let me double check so I don't forget anybody here. Make sure I'm telling you about everybody that you need to listen to. I'll see, I try to forget somebody else. This is what I get for, I try to combine two videos into one video, and I was like, it got way too long, so that's why I had 4 reasons instead of 3, because if you caught the first couple, I thought there was just going to be 3 reasons. But Renee Thornborough, I also want to mention when it comes to relationships, because she and I talked about stress, and we talked about self-esteem. So how can you build up your teen's self-esteem? How can your teen have positive self-esteem and not feel stressed before, during, and after school, like literally the school year, as well as each school day? So she's got some amazing tips and strategies that she shared in our interview. So I think that mentions everybody. So I'm hoping, speakers, if you catch these videos, and I'm hoping parents that you watch this, I have covered all 34 speakers. That's our number for the moment. We are possibly adding a couple more people. Things are still in the works. But do know we officially start next week, next Monday, the 18th. So if you want to join us, you want to watch all these interviews, you've got to click the link in the description to sign up. Just need your name and email, and you will be good to go. So have an awesome day. Remember to sign up and, watch the interviews, because there are some amazing people, some amazing things you're going to learn. They're going to help you, help your teen have such an easy 2022-2023 school year. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.